All right, welcome back, Bomb Squad. It's TNT episode 67. It is a Saturday show on, I guess it's always just going to be Saturday show on a Monday for everybody, but which is a smack in the face. We might as well just rename it to a Monday show down the road,
Yeah.
but no.
No, it's a Saturday show. It's not the day that it comes out on. It's what it represents. It's what we do on the show. You know, there's a vibe to it. There's a feeling to it. You know,
Right. It's like listening to Jimmy Buffett, like you could be in the coldest, shittiest place like Baltimore, like where I am, and you put on some Buffett and all of a sudden you're at a tiki bar on the beach.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
That's what we try to do.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So with the Saturday show, we got the classic 4-pack back in this one. And then we have our world famous segments. Big news coming up in the segments too. I guess technically, we have a new segment, which we'll get to later. We'll have a little Mark Wahlberg in there, but I'm going to do a little spoiler. I finally started watching Game of Thrones for the first time last night. 5 episodes in, just fucking railroaded them. And all the people who always tell me, they're just like, you just got to get through season 1. Like it's a little slow, but like once you get through that, like it's addicting. I was like, I'm addicted now. That's good. I was at work today, like doing research. I'm all in.
Nice.
I'm excited. I was like texting you like with all my questions, and you're just like, hey, like I got to get up at 3 a.m. So like, get them out now.
Yeah.
Before
I like write down any questions you have. We'll answer them on the show.
Yeah. But so that's a little teaser. We're going to be talking about Thrones and True Detective that just debuted too. So 2 big shows that pretty much everybody watches officially now that I watch Thrones. But before the segments, let's get to the classic 4-pack of questions. So hit it, Kane. Okay. Question number 1. And I'm interested to hear your answer first because I didn't write anything down because this one's scary. This one's a terrifying scenario. Yeah. A Mexican drug lord who's number 1 on the most wanted list offers you $100 million cash to shelter him in your home for 1 month. Do you do it or do you turn him in? Or just how do you handle that?
I think you have to do it. Not even like the money is a big part of it because if you just get through a month, you're set for the rest of your life. Yeah. That's not even like what I was thinking of so much is if you turn him down, even if he ends up going to jail, like if you turn him in, you're still a wanted man. You got a target. You're dead.
You're dead if you turn him in. Like that shit. Like I just wrote down this question. Like after I wrote it, I was just like, well, you can't turn him in. Yeah. like even just saying no, you're probably gonna die. Like you're gonna have to do this probably.
Right?
Like, why me? Like why is El Chapo knocking on my apartment and just being like, I gotta stay here, $100 million cash. You gonna do it or what? And like, well, I guess I gotta.
I got no. Even if you said no, you just said like, I'm sorry. Like try next door. Like he's still probably gonna kill you.
No, he's probably like, well, this guy knows El Chapo's here, so like, no, exactly, that's not how this works.
That's a good point. Even think about it. Like, now he's out, he's around, he's gonna have to kill you.
Yeah, if like El Chapo's not gonna let a guy who's the next door neighbor of the place he's hiding out like live. Like, all right, you're dead, and I'm gonna have to go find like another place, like 5 blocks away.
Yeah,
but I mean, what a predicament. I mean, imagine like living with El Chapo for like a month.
I feel like he might be a good roommate just because like. He's probably used to the finer things in life. So it's like, if you're like, oh, you want to go get some Taco Bell? He's like, no. Here, take my money, go get Chipotle. Right. Get that instead. Like, he's always got to make sure it's the primo stuff. So I think that would be good. And also the whole thing, like if the cops do find out that you're hiding him, he'd be like, look, he said he would kill me and my entire family. So like, I just fucking like, sorry, I brought him in. Like I was scared,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, the feds should totally get that.
Yeah,
the feds totally get that. Hey, like he's staying at my place. All right, let's not make a big deal out of it. You can take the $100 million once like he's out of here.
Yeah,
but like I can't just say no and then rat on him and I'm dead. I don't want to go into witness protection. Like I don't want to erase. I've been just sitting here minding my business, paying my taxes. I didn't know El Chapo's just gonna knock on the door. I know damn well who he is. I'm not just gonna turn him to the streets.
Yeah,
Like imagine like he's just like sitting on the couch and you're just like, I'm gonna make hamburguesas. You want one? Like, you're just really trying to be buddies with him. You're trying so hard to just stay on his good side because if you cross him at any point or piss him off, you're just like you're not gonna see.
You did, yeah.
And even if you do, moving forward with the rest of your life, you're looking over your shoulder the rest of the time, even with the $100 million if you keep it.
Yeah, but when you have that much money, you can kind of disappear if you want.
Yeah, I don't want to though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a shitty situation all around. I mean, unless you have it where he stays with you the whole month, no one knows, and he goes, he doesn't tell you where he's going, and it's just kind of like poof, gone.
And you're just like by the end of it, it's just like a really unexpected friendship kind of movie. You
Like,
know, like who would like opposites attract, like just
yeah,
like total opposite ends of the universe coming together, sharing this tiny little 2-bedroom apartment. And it's like me and El Chapo. And then I'll write a book and then he'll find out and like kill me
yeah,
when I'm like 68.
like my friend El Chapo.
El Chapo was a big fan of poached eggs in the morning. Things like that. It's how he was misunderstood, you know? But yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah,
And just hope the feds don't knock down the door and just be like, you.
yeah.
You're hiding El Chapo here.
But see, if that happens, like if he comes to me, this is what's happening. Like you're staying in my basement. We're turning off the internet. We're not having any sort of phones or laptops or anything that could be listening to us. No Google Homes,
Right
no
off the
Alexas.
bat.
What?
You're gonna piss him off right off the bat.
No, listen. I'm saying,
Like, oh, so no fun.
well, do you want to live or do you want to have fun? Pick.
I want to do both.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Once you get out of here after a month, you could go have all the fun you want. Now, you know what? We'll play board games. How about that? I'll bring out Risk, play some Monopoly, play a little bit of Life.
You gonna let him win?
Maybe, of course. You have to let him.
Imagine like you just get so comfortable with him being there, you like forget what he is, and you're just like playing pick up hoops outside in your driveway, and like cop drives by, like, oh my god, it's El Chapo. He's playing 21 with the fucking neighbors over here, the fucking Hamlet, whatever it's called that you have up there.
Yeah, no, I would. I don't think we'd be playing basketball.
Nah.
He's more of a football guy.
He want to play soccer. I was gonna say play soccer out in the yard. Yeah, your neighbors are gonna look through. They're gonna see a scarecrow guarding your from fucking bird shit, and then he's gonna see you playing soccer with El Chapo back out in the yard.
I mean, I'm not very good at soccer, but for $100 million, he could just use me as target practice if he wants.
Oh yeah,
soccer ball. Yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out.
And like, imagine you became good enough friends too, where he's just like he gets you guys you just get you like guys who have your back.
Oh, just like a crew.
Like a crew, exactly. Like like some guy fucks with you.
I have a driver, I have a
somebody out.
bodyguard, I have a money guy. He just kind of walks around with a suitcase full of money, my $100 million. Whenever I need it, he just kind of pulls out what I need.
Yeah, like, hey, I need like I'm gonna go with $100,000 for today. Can you bring that over? Brings it over. You know, I need this guy roughed up. He goes over, roughs him up with a baseball bat a little bit. And then the power would get to my head, and then I would just like start my own drug cartel in Baltimore. Oh, we get away with it with the police force in this stupid godforsaken city.
Yeah, you probably could.
Yeah,
and he probably has a lot of like cool guns and shit. So like we just go into find a way to get away into the woods and just go like shoot some guns. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah,
he comes around like RPGs or like some like.
But with your plan, he's just staying in the basement, so you can't be doing that. It just get him like a I don't know what could you do in the basement? What's fun down there? You can get him like a rubber bowling ball with the toy set with the bowling pins, like in a bowling alley down there made of toys.
Well, back to the guns. We could get a bunch of Nerf guns and just like run around with Nerf guns, like shooting at each other and shit.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of want this to happen.
Yeah,
I kind of want this situation to happen in a way. As much as I do. I want to see it.
You know what we could do? Another thing, me and my friends did this a couple of times. It was really dumb, but we used to turn all the lights off in our basement and play dodgeball.
Oh yeah, we used to do that too as a family. Except all the furniture, anything you could find was a weapon. There was just a line, and you could throw like hard shit. You could throw a shoe. Yeah. The bowling pins that I was just talking about. My grandma had those. It was in her basement. Throw those.
Okay. And it's like the lights are out, so you don't know what's going on. Everyone's just like falling over shit. You're breaking shit.
You playing till like you just hear solid contact, quietness, and then you just hear, ah! And everybody runs away. Oh man, you did that with El Chapo. You hit him in the head with a bowling ball, and he gets fucking pissed and he shoots you. But you just got to be careful around him. That's all. All right, so we're both on El Chapo moving in with us for a month. Doesn't even matter about the money. I
just do it.
I would just do it. Yeah. Question number 2. What's your favorite disturbing but interesting fact?
So apparently, and I don't remember the exact number. I'd have to look it up, but I'm just gonna go with the number that popped into my head first. Is you swallow 8 spiders a year in your sleep.
Yeah, we bring that up a lot. I've called bullshit on this. This is I don't know who came up with this fact. Who like maybe in Australia, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I don't know, but like for a while, I thought it was 8 spiders crawl up your ass, but that makes more sense in the mouth than the ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like it's just interesting. Yeah, again, like how do you know for sure? But it's also fucking disgusting because you got spiders like crawling down your mouth.
Yeah. But then I mean, like if we're talking daddy long legs and I'm not knowing about it, like the stomach is probably just like the hell for
Oh
spiders.
yeah, no, they're dead right
Acid.
away. Yeah. But see, Matt, now imagine this. What if they don't go all the way down? What if they just stay in your mouth and just like make a web and then you wake up?
Well, then I know about it. And
Right.
I would oh, that would suck.
Like, imagine just waking up like that with like a mouthful of webs and a little spider just looking at you, just sitting on your nose, just looking up at you. Like, what you gonna do, bitch?
I've seen a couple pictures of a spider camping out in a guy's ear. You ever seen that? Or you just like see the 8 eyes like kind of peeking up outside, like they're just
Yeah.
in your ear. Like that would be the worst. Like I've heard stories where like it's like, have you ever seen the Mummy?
Or it's like
I remember, yeah, the beetles get in and they're crawling all in your skin.
yeah.
Like in real life, imagine something like that goes through your ear and then just goes in your brain. It can drive you. It will drive you crazy.
What if he goes in your brain and then he just like sticks his fangs in and he can control you? You know, he's just like pulling levers and you're just like walking. I'm not controlling myself.
Yeah, that would be a terrible predicament. But I mean, like, like the realist, like, I mean, just seeing an insect go into your ear and crawl into your brain, like, that would be a nightmare. That would be a
every time you
disaster.
mention insects crawling in your ear, I just get chills.
Yeah. What do insects do again? For what's their purpose?
I don't know. I
Do
mean,
they have one?
depends on the one. I mean, spiders kill all the other insects. Like
Yeah, which is nice. People are just like, yeah, just get a spider in your car and like then you can get the flies out and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not putting a fucking spider in my car.
I mean, bees help pollinate all the other plants. So, like, without bees, there wouldn't be plants. So that's important. Mosquitoes are just dicks. Flies are.
So wait. Going back to the bees.
Yeah.
Like if there were no bees, you saying all the plants would die and we wouldn't be able to like breed eventually, or you wouldn't be able to have like nice looking flowers.
So I don't know all the details. I mean, well, plants, I mean, let off oxygen, right? And we take in oxygen, we let out carbon dioxide. The plants take the carbon dioxide.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, the whole photosynthesis. But the way the bees work is like they'll go onto a flower to like, I don't know, just like munch on it or whatever, and then the pollen gets on them, right? Which is basically
plant cum.
Like, plant cum, yeah. And then they fly to another plant and they start eating there, and they don't even realize it, but the pollen's like wearing off, and it makes that plant pregnant, and it just kind of spreads. At least that's how I think it works.
Well, why do they have to have knives on their asses to the point where like if they use it once, they're dead?
Yeah,
like, what kind of fucked up like evolution is that?
They didn't really think that one through. You know,
they know. Do the bees know that they only got like this one shotgun? They're like Tommy Jarvis in Friday the 13th. You got one shot, but like you miss, you're dead.
I think they do.
Even if you're done, it's a suicide bombing.
And for the most part, they do it to protect the queen, which is even crazier. It's just like, yeah, like they're all like, all the guys are just trying to fuck the queen. And they're like, I'll give my life for you. And they'll just like charge in.
Yeah. I mean, like, and the queens, do the queens sting? Because I've seen them. They're huge. And they, I'll kill them if I see them, if I can.
And you'd be fucked.
With a can of Raid. Like, I'll just see their little booby forts, their little volcanoes on the ground made of sand. And I'll just like take a can of Raid and just be like, taste my lightning, fuckers. Waste the whole fucking can. Because fuck bees. You know, it sucks like James Hetfield, my idol, my muse, my flame. He's a beekeeper as a hobby.
What an awful hobby.
I know. He loves bees. I'm like, what are you doing, James?
That's so bizarre.
Makes his own honey and all that stuff. Like, but
I mean, I guess if you want to do that, maybe, but it's still like, no.
No way.
No.
Because once you get stung, it's not just like a pinch. It's like it swells up and like it's just your body starts to feel weird. Like the whole thing sucks getting stung by bees.
Well, it sounds like you're allergic to bees. If
I
that
might, yeah. Now that I talk about it out loud, I might be a little bit.
your face swells up, you can't breathe, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I might be like a tad allergic to bees because like my old place, it was elevated, and like my deck outside, it was just a perfect place for bees to like have hives, but they were little fat bumblebees, little clumsy ones, which are worse. They can't sting, but they're so big and stupid. You'll be sitting there and they'll just like fly into your face, and you're just like, like, it's bees, kill the fuck out of it.
I hate how they're like furry too. They're just kind of like,
Oh,
any like the big spiders that are furry too. Like, get out of here. I don't want anything furry.
insects,
Yeah,
unless it's a kitty cat or a dog. Like, no thanks.
right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
furry insects, get the fuck away from me.
Get out. Get out. A little follow up too. Just popped in my brain that insectarium thing that got robbed. It's still cases unsolved. Still, they got away. I mean, like, let's not bullshit each other.
Yeah.
They got away.
They got away. Yeah, it's
That guy's got the most venomous spider in the world. Like, it's called like the African wombat dick eater. I don't even know. It's one bite will kill a population.
Yeah, no, that's not good. What they say is like the first 48 hours is like if you don't solve a case, then the chances of it go down like exponentially or something. So yeah, we're fucked now.
Yeah, they just didn't see that one coming. Yikes! Did it in broad daylight too.
In broad fucking daylight. Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks. Anyway, okay. My interesting fact. So this is looking like it's going to be both of us. So if you don't have, if you or I don't have sons, then we will be breaking a family line going back as far as possible. So if I don't have a son who can go out and reproduce, then that's it for like as far back. I have ended a chain of the Heavey family forever.
Yeah,
a broken link in the chain.
I mean, my brother, I have a brother, so he could potentially carry it on, but. Yeah,
well, no, that's not the point. It's individual. It's like, because like all my siblings have kids basically now too, except for one. But like me, my exact like bloodline, me not reproducing it stops. It has stopped. The buck stops at Tom Heavey with my specific bloodline going back as far as time can take me with this family line.
So it's almost like evolution is against the gays because it doesn't.
Well, yeah. That's why God created AIDS.
Oh God, no, that's why Ronald Reagan created AIDS.
I mean, like I could adopt a son, maybe, but like it's still
blood.
It's not. You know what I could do? Jerk off into a petri dish, and they can like put it in an egg, and then you reproduce. But like
yeah,
God knows what happens there.
Yeah.
Like I'm terrified that things are just a natural. You're gonna. Have you ever seen The Omen with Damien? It's gonna be something like that happens.
So would you like? I mean, just curious. Like, would you ever? Like, I don't know if you want kids or not, but would you ever like consider like fucking a surrogate, or would you just have to do the whole artificial thing?
What's a surrogate?
It's just like someone you hire to like carry a baby for you for like 9 months.
Oh, like yeah, that's actually a good idea. She'd have to be hot because I want my kid to look good, and plus it's got to be.
No, we'll see. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you want the kid. Yeah, I was gonna say, or you want him to look like a man because it would be the closest thing to you're used to.
Yeah. Well, no, not the surrogate. I'm talking about the kid. I want it. Just take my semen and dump it in there and find out what happens. I could do that, but like I can't afford it. I don't want to do that. You know, and it's selfish now that I'm thinking about it. That's why it's kind of like a disturbing fact that like the bloodline, the buck stops here with whatever my goods are to keep it going down the line. It stops. It stops right here. Yeah. But
that is interesting.
I kind of like it, kind of don't.
I never really thought about it like that, but that is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Look at us fucking everything up. Yikes. I might actually have to get a surrogate.
Well, you can actually probably get surrogates that you don't have to actually fuck. You could just, again, like...
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and you could go, like, find someone that has, like, good genetics with an egg and just, like, take that.
Yeah, a good surrogate. You could probably get some in Vegas.
I don't know if I want the Vegas ones.
Well, if you get a good one in Vegas.
Yeah, I guess.
Where are the hot women? I don't know, Florida, California. Californians weird. I don't want my kid growing up to be like a fucking like a vegan, like just by instinct.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough because you know if you get one from Vegas, your kid might grow up to be a prostitute. You get one from Florida, it might grow up to be a meth head. And you get one from California, it might grow up to be a vegan with peanut allergies, and they have to drink oat milk and almond
I
milk.
need a good I need like a good Michigan surrogate or something.
A hearty Midwestern girl.
Like a Midwestern girl to carry my seed. Oof.
Like Minnesota, nice and like milk, like milk colored.
Then you get yourself a hockey player too. You know, then you actually have some possibilities. But I don't know. I never thought about it. Might do this. Might be just a single father with a surrogate, and just like root around, just be like, "How's my how you doing? Does it hurt?" Anyway, no, I don't want kids. I don't think so. I got enough of the little Rugrats. It's a lot of time. I like my time. I don't like giving it to other people. Selfish? Yeah, probably. I don't give a shit.
Well, you're entitled.
I am entitled. Goddamn right.
It's your time. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Okay, Tom?
Yep.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah, it's my time. I use it however I want.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3. What are you particularly judgmental about?
Cheap people.
Oh, I love that.
No, and you know, I can understand if someone doesn't have money and they can't spend money they don't have. That's different. I'm talking about people that have the money and are still cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I'm so afraid of being that guy. It makes me overgenerous.
Yeah.
Like pathetically overgenerous.
No, I mean I'm kind of the same way. Like I always over tip.
Yeah.
Like if I go somewhere and like, you know, I get the bill at a restaurant, I'll be, oh, don't worry about it. You know,
Yeah,
unless they like hand me the cash or whatever, you know, that we split cards. We just don't worry about it, you know, like, cause I don't want to be that guy. Cause this hasn't happened to me, but this guy that used to work with my mom went to a concert with my dad and his friend, and he just showed up. He's like, oh, I forgot my wallet. It was my mom's boss. Like he's making more money than like,
I forgot my wallet.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah, so he just like, and he never paid him back for it. And it wasn't like it was a lot of money for like the whole event, but it was just like come on, man, like really, you forgot your wallet, like just stuff like that. Like I don't know, are people that try like I'll go out to dinner or something, or go get food, and like people want to like stiff them on the tip. I'm like, come on, just give them the fucking tip, man. Like what's like an extra $5 really make that much of a difference?
Sit there and like analyze the service. They're like, well, you know, she was a little slow and the food was a little cold. So like, you know, let's go like only a couple bucks here, guys. I don't know about you. I'm just like, why don't you go fuck yourself? I ain't dealing with that on my conscience.
Or when they pull up the calculator and try to like calculate the like 15% tip, I was like,
well, I do that, but it's always 20 because I can't do the math.
If it's 20, that's
it's only on the company card. I do that. I don't do that with my personal. I free ball out of my own money. Yeah. The company, I'm the guy who pulls out the calculator on the phone and tries to do the 20% stuff.
See, that's a little different though, because it's not your money exactly. You know,
right? Exactly. But yeah, it's tipping. Yeah, I mean, like I would hate to just like yesterday I got Domino's Pizza. Guy came over. It was $12 delivery. I gave him $4. You know, and he's down. It's down the street.
Yeah,
down the street.
I mean, that's
$5 basically to come bring over a pizza. You know.
Yeah,
it's not like he's driving across town.
It's 30% tip, 33% tip.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. I could $4. I could have bought like 3 packs of gum. Maybe.
Yeah.
I have, if you are a man and you don't watch football. If I like that's an instant like I don't know how the conversation starts because everybody I know watches football, but like the people that don't, you're kind of just like, oh, like if you're like in a new town or something like that, oh, you like the Ravens? No, I don't really watch football. Once I hear that, I'm just like, so what the fuck's wrong with you?
What do you even do? Like,
you don't want, right? You don't really like football? Is it because of the kneeling and the anthem sort of thing, or is it because you just like never watched the game? Like, no, I just never watched the game because you get that in Baltimore. People, once the kneeling happened in Baltimore, like this city, they took it so personally. I'm like, guys, grow the fuck up. You're going to be back in a day. But some people are just like, no, I don't really watch football. I'm like, oh, you like the Capitals? No, not really a hockey guy. Orioles? No, not really. I'm like, what? Well, then, like, what am I doing talking to you? What are we going to talk about? What in God's earth is there left to talk about?
Well, now you got Game of Thrones, so you got that. That covers the other
Oh, I
Whatever.
don't want to do that. I mean, I love Game of Thrones right now, but I don't want to sit here and talk about fucking knights and the wall and the fairy tales and shit.
Between football and Game of Thrones, that's 100% of the population. You'll get everybody in that. It's a big Venn diagram that captures everybody. But no, I know what you mean. It's like okay, maybe you don't watch football, but maybe you're a basketball guy, or maybe you're a big baseball guy. But if you don't watch
my old roommate, perfect example. He didn't watch football, but he watched basketball. Yeah. And do you remember my thoughts on Swift? Nice kid. Still hated the shit out of him pretty much because he didn't watch football. I lived with him for an entire year and just avoided all contact with him.
Is that what? Put the headphones on as soon as he walks in the room.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I was such an asshole. There's nothing to talk about. If you don't like football, there's nothing to talk about with you in my world.
It would be just like the two of you in the room, and you just walk in and you just put the headphones on immediately.
Such an asshole to that kid. He was so nice, but like, yeah, he was a New Jersey Nets fan. Yeah, I'm like, oh well, don't know what to say there, pal. I know that they talk about it. I'm not gonna talk about it with you. You know, it's like it felt like there's one thing like if like I'm a Bucks fan and you're like a Cats fan, like I know about like, LeBron and stuff like that, but like if I'm a Bucks fan and you're like a Buffalo Bills fan, we can just get together and talk about how much our teams suck, and that's a lot of fun, you know. That's why I like Jet fans. Jet fans are the most relatable people ever. People hate the Jet fans. Like, nah, Jet fans, they're what's the word?
They're the worst.
They're delusional people. That's the word. They're absolutely delusional. They hired Adam Gase and the season's going to be perfect next year. Like, no, listen, I've seen rebuilds. Not happening.
The guy that just got fired from the Dolphins for sucking. Yeah, you hire him. That's going to
Ryan coach is going to come fucking hero with your franchise quarterback. I don't think so. Huh, what? Do you hear this? You hear this guy?
Hey, get out of the road.
I'm opening the door. That's it.
We're recording. You tell him, Tom. Go.
What are we doing here?
What's going on?
Ace. Figure it out.
Are they
the whole neighborhood opened their doors and we're just like, what are you doing?
Like fighting over a spot? Like what's the deal?
That guy was parallel parking and I guess it was like on his second try and this old guy's sitting here honking him just like fucking park already. Fucking asshole. What were we talking about? People don't watch football. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck those people. If you're one of those people, figure it the fuck out. I don't know what else to tell you. Moving on. Next question. Game over. Question number 4. What is the best speech in a movie?
I don't know if this is the best, but this is my favorite. The speech in Animal House.
Oh, yeah. German Tom Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. Maybe we'll put that in there.
Yeah, I mean that did kind of get you fired up and like this. If you sit down, because like when's the last time you like sat down and watched Animal House? Because I did it kind of recently.
Been a few years.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's great. It doesn't disappoint. No, it's a great movie. I
will say too though about Animal House when I watch it, it gives me anxiety because it reminds me of myself a little bit. Like not at all to the extent of those guys.
Yeah,
but like just like skipping class and like your grades are terrible. And, like once it starts to like wind down, you can't really party anymore. You're just like, oh my God, I'm fucked. Yeah. Like that whole thing gives me anxiety because I barely escaped college. Bare minimum. Like that, I guess a little bit.
But, I mean, you did escape, so that's all that matters. So you can look back.
And so did all of them. The whole point of the story is that the guys in Animal House turned out to be massively successful because they were good, genuine people.
Yeah. You there?
Yeah, you froze a little bit, but
okay. Yeah, I mean, like he didn't become like a senator or something.
Belushi did.
Yeah,
and he married like a superstar, like a super hot wife.
Yeah,
like things like that. Like Niedermeyer was like he went to the army and he got shot by his own men. Things like that.
Yeah,
man, like that's just like that's how you got to live your life. It's just like the guy you want to see. Like go back to the football thing. Like that's the difference between people who watch football and people who do not.
Yeah,
you don't care about the grades. Come here, let's talk about the Bengals or something like that. Like let's go. I have
with the Bengals.
I'm actually gonna put because my sound clip is we'll put both of them in, I guess. You put yours in and we'll put this one in because I guess they're both relatively short. But I have you guys scramble and put down the times. I'm sorry.
No, I'm good.
The speech from the defensive coordinator gives him Remember the Titans. That's my go-to when I'm feeling down and I just need some chills. I need some reaction.
Yard.
Exactly. Blitz all night. Make them remember the night that they played the Titans.
Yeah,
that shit. It's so simple and sweet. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I want this actor to be on the Bucs coaching staff, to be honest. Plus, he's got Armageddon on his resume. I think he kind of retired ever since. But that was
he never had to do anything after those two movies. I mean,
right.
Made bank. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna go write motivational speeches.
Big time bank, and just a good guy. Seems like a guy I want to buy a beer with or for. Like, even though he's only an actor, like he could easily be a dick. There's no way that he's a dick, whatever his name is. I just always refer to him as the defensive coordinator. Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So let's hit a quick break, and then we will come back with our segments. Taylor Hicks. Okay. I have to piss real quick. Okay. I can't believe that guy was talking. I wonder if that came. Did that sound funny on the radio or what we're doing?
It was kind of funny.
Could you hear me?
Were you saying stuff outside? What did you?
Yeah.
Or I heard you say like, figure it out.
Figure it out. What are we doing? Real quick.
Yeah. I'm drowning.
No, I'm good. Straight up, Xander's my boy, but not this Hawk fool, okay? Hawk's a dumb name. You come in here like you own the place with your hands steezing, like you're some sort of god. You're not God. You're a 1-year-old child, okay? Jumping on his little baby dick, especially Xander, little 1-year-old douche. I've known you since 9th grade, bro. You've known this guy for maybe a year. Maybe. Yo, why is he looking at me like that? What's up, little bud? You got a staring problem, pal?
Like what, dude? He's just looking at you. He's a baby.
Look at his face. Dumb little face.
Stop.
Yo, Zan, get your boy, dog. Baby hands like he wants to fight right now, fool. So, like, let's go. I'm about to fight your kid right now.
Are you seriously so mature?
Hey, right there, pal. You read yet?
He's flipping the baby
Check
off.
it out. Read that.
Did you see that yet?
No.
Straight up.
The account was private, so I like followed it like after to like see what it was, and then they just accepted it like an hour ago.
Oh man, I don't know what that show is, but I gotta watch it. It's like it's the same people who do American Vandal, I guess. I just stumbled upon it. Instagram. I was laughing so hard at that, and there's so much shit in there. It's so fucking funny. They're just bros. He's got a kid.
That was great.
Yo, get your boy, bro.
And that fucking sandwich looked delicious too.
Oh, I know. That's my favorite place back at home. They know me there, like big time. Like if I walk in, they're just like, hey,
I went there with you once, I think.
oh, that's right.
Yeah. I think I don't have any more, but I had that card for a while, the one you put on your drink.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I knew I was going to say it right when I saw they did the hand cut mozzarella cheese wheel. and they breaded it. Oh God, that's got to be such a good bite.
All right, I'm hungry. Let's just get back to this.
Yeah, I'm fast forwarding to the beginning of the horse race.
Okay, good call.
Fuck, Rainbow. I made one bet on Rainbow North, and now he's the favorite. 1-1. Fuck. Okay, we can come back.
All right, hold on. Let me. I'm catching up.
I'm gonna win nothing if he wins. I hate betting on fucking half odd horses. What's 10 times a half? I'm gonna win $5.
Yeah.
Damn it! I should have bet on Master Bubba. All right, ready?
On. No, it's still. I don't know why I was so far behind. I don't want to go too fast because then the Optimum's fucking like fast forward thing is all fucked up. It's like you hit it and it'll just like wait like 5 seconds before it does like reacts.
I have it at 5 minutes or 5:26.
Okay, they're all in the gates right now. That's where I'm at.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, welcome back. We have ourselves a horse race to kick it off. So I am 1 for 1. Tones is terrible at this, and I am technically on fire with a 100% shooting percentage. I have Rainbow North, who when I bet on him was 5-1, and now I look back here and he's 4-5. So I can win $5 fucking if he wins this race. Just great. I hate doing this. Who do you have?
I'll be a monkey's uncle.
I'll be a monkey's uncle.
Yeah.
Ooh. So he's 2.5. So we bet the favorites by accident.
Yeah.
That's just great. So this won't happen again, Bomb Squad. We always bet the long shots, the mid to long shots. We don't do the layups. This isn't the WNBA. All right, we're getting into the gates here. I'm waiting for the 9 to get in here. Maybe my odds can spike up a little bit last minute. Nope, they're going to stay where they are. All right, they're in the gates. Come on, Rainbow North. Winning is winning. Am I right?
Go monkey's uncle.
Monkey's uncle.
Runners away. Straight line start. Towards the outside, Sir Gawain is hustled off the mark. I'll be a monkey's uncle. Runs on right there.
Ooh, monkey's uncle flying.
Always outnumbered to join the lead.
He's right up in
Oh, your odds. You got good odds all of a sudden. Oh,
7-2, baby.
3 directly back of that.
Last second. I'm where.
Rainbow North comes running on through.
Here's all right. Rainbow North has a lot of work to fucking do here, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of fucking work. It looks like he's calling it. It looks like he's quitting. Did he quit? Is he quitting?
Is he in the back?
He stood up. He did the move where you pull your horse back. He's the favorite. Act like it, Rainbow. All right, he's flying. Monkey's uncle just got blown to smithereens.
What happened? He's done. He's done.
Dead.
He's dead. God damn it.
Where is he? Where's Rainbow North?
Sir Gawain's back of the leaders now. Rainbow North kicks on.
Come on, Rainbow North! Come on, Rainbow North! Rainbow North! Go, 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 go! Oh! He lost by a nose. Oh! Fuck. It was that stupid hold-up move that he did in the beginning of the race, where he's just like, nah, you know what? I'm going to fuck everybody in this race. That ended up costing everybody.
All right. Your horse didn't blow up.
No, your horse like got railroaded in hell's quarters, and your jockey was like, done. We're out. Throw the towel in. We're walking the rest of the way. All right. Let's go to our next segment here, which is Ask a Gay. Okay. What do you got? What do you want to know?
So, what's the deal with lube? Like, is it a necessity? Do you always have to use lube, or is it just kind of like a special occasion kind of thing?
No, lube is a must. Always.
Okay.
Always must.
Because I wasn't sure if like
unless you're heat of the moment, love making needs to be had. You got to spit. Brokeback Mountain. You've seen it. That's but you can't just shove a dick into a butthole. It's dry. It's dry down there.
That's true. I wasn't sure if you guys had the self lubricating ones or something. I don't know how that works, but
self-lubricating condoms?
No, buttholes.
Oh no. Well, no. Unless you're pooping, which we're not doing.
We don't want that.
No, yeah, you gotta. I've had the same bottle of lube for like a year now. I'm almost out though.
Oh, look at you!
A
Congratulations.
little like timestamps on how much I've been laid, been like 14 times. How about that? Got laid the other night. It was nice. I didn't. I told you I finished twice. Qualms. I didn't.
You did.
I lied.
Oh,
I did. I didn't finish even once. I faked it twice because, dude, it is so hard. I don't know. It's so hard to like nut when you're like thrusting. I don't know. Your body's really at work. My brain just won't shut the fuck up during this thing. And it couldn't have been any better, the sex. It was wonderful. Guy was great. He called me back the other day. He wanted to come back over. And I was just like, nah, there's football on, you moron. You just ruined your shot with coming back over. And
maybe
I don't know.
Maybe he wants to watch.
I'm at the point where I think I might have to get like some ED medicine. I don't know. Just for like the side. Just like some For Hims, the one they could just deliver and you don't have to go to the doctor or anything like that. The one that Snoop Dogg advertises. Like the boner works most of the time. I get throughout like 90% of the sex. But once I start to get tired and sweat and like I can see his boner throbbing, I'm like, he's almost done. And I'm not. Sorry. And then like I kind of just been like, I'll just fake like that I'm done because I don't want to sit there in the anxiety of like if he finishes, I have to sit there and just like beat off until I'm done. It's the worst when you have to do that.
I mean, you can just, okay, I don't know the details, but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe you should go see like a sex therapist or something, just someone to like untie the knots in your head because it seems all mental.
Yeah, it is. It's 100%. I thought at one point it was because of high blood pressure, but I've got my blood pressure down significantly, and I'm able to like get boners like no other nowadays. But it's just like when it comes to the heat of the moment, yeah, towards like the tail end when it comes to like we had to finish this up, I'm just like, fuck, like I'm losing it. Like I'll just think of like other things and it just starts to go soft and just I panic when I start to go soft. So then fake and say like, I came, and then I'll dispose of the condom in the toilet as quick as possible so he doesn't know that I lied, and then get whatever, get out of here. So and then I'll just say it, and I'll masturbate like 8 times the next day, but just kidding.
Just blue ball yourself. I mean, yeah, you got the yips, man. You got the yips.
I keep slicing it into the woods. I mean, I keep saying that as the metaphor. It's true. I mean, like I got, I'm like Greg Norman in the Masters or something like that. I'm like, I got like a 4-stroke lead on the back 9 of Augusta, and then I just choke. I just go into the water. I go into the woods.
You're like Rick Ankiel in the playoffs when he just forgot how to throw a baseball.
It was so bad they had to make him into an outfielder.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe you're a bottom now. Maybe you should be a bottom.
Not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't know where I'm at a standstill. I might just go asexual. I think I might just go. It's just, I only do the grinder dates if there's something to celebrate. So this was the Bruce Arians hire. So that was after we recorded and we got Bruce Arians. That was to celebrate Bruce Arians. The last time before that I had sex was when we beat the Browns.
It's such a sad.
I only have occasional like I won. We need to consummate the victory.
It's such a sad statement. We beat the Browns, so I had celebrated when I got out.
I couldn't finish. The Bucks didn't show up next week. Maybe it's tied together. I don't know. But there's something going on. I don't know. It's mental. You're right. It's 100%. Maybe I do need to see a sex therapist. I don't know. But I feel like it's just going to be conversations like this, and it's going to turn into me trying to make jokes, and it's just not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a weird therapist talking to sex with that guy who's just like, what? Where's your head at when you put it in his? It's weird. It's weird. It's like a poop shoot. It's like the other metaphor I always say. It's like you're at night, you see there's no cars on the road. The one-way street. If you go down that, it's the shortcut. But you gotta hope there's no cops to see if you're going the opposite way in a one-way. Right. And then you go down there, it's just, I don't know, your head gets messed up, and that's just me. It's a me problem. Everybody I talk to, nobody has this fucking problem. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I have too much dignity and I still see something wrong with what I'm doing. I'm sitting here like, what am I doing? What is this?
I don't know, man. You got all kinds of knots in your head.
No, it's going to turn into an aneurysm one day too. I'm telling you. I'm just going to sit here and just die. But I'm going to go on the DL for a little bit, I think, and just not, I go back to the drawing board. I don't know what it is, but we'll get back to that. Sorry for the rant, the Stone Cold Tom's Qualms. But yeah, lube, going back to it all. Yeah, super important. Very, very, very important. Okay. Because
yeah. Okay. I was going to ask if you use like actual KY, or if you use like you talk about spit or
no, you got to go to the store and get it. Yeah, you got to go get lubricant at CVS. Basically, it's the one that I got, store brand.
Go to Costco and just get the economy.
I was thinking I got to do something like that because I'm out of condoms. I had to have the guys come over and bring them with them. I keep forgetting to get them, and I still haven't had the confidence to buy them in the store yet for some reason. I don't know why.
On Amazon or something. I'm sure they got condoms on there.
Amazon Prime has them. Yeah, that's the way to go. That's how I did it. But I bought a bulk pack, but I ran out because those guys that I wrote the bearskin condoms, those things break like nothing. It's a dangerous game with those.
Yeah.
Highly recommend not buying Trojan bearskin condoms. But anyway, all right, let's get out of the gay stuff. Sorry about that. All right, here's a good one. Segment number 3, finish each other's sandwiches. Okay, so we each have 5 sentences.
Yes, sir.
I just realized I have 4. So give me 1 second. I'm going to come up with a 5th. Okay. You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. The tavern wench ate all of the pickles. She ate all the pickles. My friend is a sexual therapist for
John Carlos Stanton?
Gerbils. There's a snake in my ass. The only thing I've ever known is
how to
hustling.
Okay. Wild guess on that last one.
What did you say?
I said I was wild guess on the last one there. I said how to fart. I heard the H and I just spitballing, brain rolling. How to fart.
I like that sentence better. All right.
Okay.
And the last one is long ago. Let me talk. All right. Long ago, I was once a
rabbit.
Rat.
Damn
we talked about this last week. The cow and the rat.
Cow and the rat.
I was giving you a layup. I was waiting for you to get that one.
It's tough when you I know. Going past trying to finish sentences here. Okay. My turn. The coffee was very
hot.
Rich. Not that easy. These are all gettable though. These are all gettable. This donut has
AIDS.
Oh, you got it! What? How the fuck did you get that? I was going to make a joke. I was going to be like, these are all gettable, and I was going to say the donut has, and you were going to say something like sprinkles, and I had AIDS written down. You got AIDS right.
I have no
joke.
It's just
holy fuck. That's unbelievable. Damn, you really just the sentence. That's pretty crazy. I think of all of these, that was the last one I thought you'd be able to get. That's wild. That was my joke. You kind of ruined it in a way. Oh, wow. All right. That's crazy. Next one. Can you pass the
ketchup?
Kidney stone. Nancy was being so
fat.
Fucking stupid. I thought you were gonna go with being so nice, like I did last week with you when you accidentally said bitch. I'm like, no, she's being very nice. All right, last one. Charlie Brown was a
I was gonna say a bad word. A bitch.
ham.
Ham. Okay. You gotta throw the ham in there.
In there. Just gotta have the consistency.
Is
Can't
it?
believe you got AIDS though.
I know.
What?
It was. Let me ask you. Is it bad that for the Charlie Brown sentence, the first word that popped into my head was the F word?
Fag?
Yeah.
If you have hard T, then yeah. But no. I mean, I think by now, through 67 episodes, everybody knows that you're not a homophobe, so it's fine. You can go ahead and use the word as much as you want.
that was the first word that popped in my head. Charlie Brown is.
Charlie Brown is a faggot. That's intense. Charlie Brown, you faggot nerd. Get some friends. Yeah. Maybe he was. Who knows? I see a lot of myself in Charlie Brown, just kind of like frazzled, going to Lucy to pay 25 cents for some like Vicodin. I don't know what she did with that little booth of hers advice. She was only in for money. Her uncles. Okay. All right. Let's move on from that to our fourth segment here, which is a Let There Be Rock. And you had to listen to God is Dead by Black Sabbath. Extravaganza, I warned you, but I wanted you to hear the song and break it down and see if I thought it was up your alley lyrically.
Yeah, no, this this guy he's going through an existential crisis.
Yeah.
He's the song is God is Dead? Question mark.
That's big. Because when it first came out, it's Black Sabbath and it's God is Dead. So like when that came on the radio, my mom was just like, "What is this nonsense?" And I'm just like, "Mom, listen, there's a question mark."
Listen to the lyrics, Mom. You gotta listen. Because yeah, I mean he the first half of the song he's kind of just like talking about how all this bad stuff is happening in the world and God must be dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's just like, well, maybe he's not dead. He says like towards the end, he's like his voices in his head tell him that God is dead, but he doesn't believe it.
Right.
He doesn't believe it. So there's hope for him yet,
Right. Exactly. And it's a whole thing because like the cover of the the single is like this cool picture of Freud. And Freud is the one who came up with a theory that God's dead. We killed him. Like he was alive, but now he's dead. We killed him. Like that's it's shot at him. So people thought like, oh, it's just a lazy Black Sabbath thing singing about a Freud theory saying God is dead. Oh, we're Black Sabbath. But it's just like, no, you layman, read it. It's actually taking a shot at fucking Freud. Like God is dead. Like, no.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I will see. I didn't get that. I got that was more open to, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But like, I'm going to try my hardest to prove that he is.
Right.
Because
it's so much better to believe. A lot of people say like, nothing good comes out of believing God because like you just have the radical people. It's just like, it's a comfort. Like if you're in a really terrible place, you can think on that and you're like, at least there's God.
At least there's God. Yeah. No, it gives people hope. And the other good thing about God is his supposed words, like on how to treat people. Like if you follow those are pretty good for the most part.
If you take
the Old Testament stuff, you might have to revise his Old Testament stuff a little bit.
I don't fit in there very well.
Yeah.
I don't think I fit well in there at all, actually. I think that was a continent. What's the word? Continent? Something else. Continuity.
Yeah.
You get my point. Throughout the entire thing. Like, even like from Moses to like Paul. Paul was just like, still not cool, dude. Sorry. I talked to him. He's still not all right with it.
Try back in 2,000 years, maybe.
Yeah. Time will pass.
I had this line written down. This is my favorite line of the song. Give me more wine, you keep the bread.
Isn't that badass?
So it's like, he's just basically telling God, like, just like keep the bread. Like I'm just gonna live my life. I'm just gonna rock on. Give me the wine.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's my favorite part too. It's just like he's trying to sort it all out, and he's just like, you know what? Give me the wine. You keep the bread. Ba-na-na-na-na. It's a badass jam, and that's old Sabbath too. That came out when we were seniors in college.
Okay. Well, relatively new, but like old
for them. They were like 78. And Ozzy's somehow alive, and they're still like that creative. Like that's pretty cool.
Was it now? That was Ozzy, right?
Yeah, that was Ozzy.
Because Dio's no longer with us.
Dio
Right?
dead.
Okay.
Yeah. And Ozzy, like to the point, like I don't think they expect him to live this long, but like that guy I always bring up with the Black Sabbath Ozzy thing, like Sabbath was so huge, like they were up there record sales wise with like Led Zeppelin and like the Who and like the big guys in the 70s, but Ozzy was just so out of control on every single drug there was, they had to kick him out.
Yeah.
Like this guy is gonna kill himself, like, and he's such a bad influence on us, and like we're good musicians, we could do it without him, and they were fine. But the moment Ozzy left and he went on a solo career, he exploded. And they were like, how the fuck does that happen? How does that happen? And it was like 30 years later, they finally reunited. And like, they were like, there was never any beef, I guess, when they were like, when we think about it, we never really pissed at you. We were just like, fucking, you're out of control. Like, we can't trust you to be the front man for our band. And like, what a waste in a way. But thank God they cranked out like 10 albums before they had to kick him out. Because the Dio years is kind of a joke. That's like when like Sammy Hagar joined Van Halen. Like it just people don't consider that Van Halen.
Right.
It's just like the weird years where like you can't just like replace lead singers in like legendary bands. It's just not how it works.
Yeah, no, especially the singer. That's like the thing you hear most. You know, like the voice. That's what you notice the most. Like it's one thing if you want to change a drummer or even guitars, you still probably notice, but it won't be as obvious.
Right.
But when you have a guy that with like Ozzy who has like a pretty distinguishable voice.
Yeah,
you know, it's
and you put in Dio.
Yeah,
you're just like, well, this is like when Dio took over, like this isn't Sabbath, this is Dio. Like Dio is like cool, but like he's also very lame at the same time
because he's not.
Dio just likes to sing about dragons and queens and kings and jesters and evil, and just he invented that. Did you know that?
Oh, really? No, I didn't.
Invented the devil horns. His grandma used to do it to keep the evil away. And like that's how you're supposed to do it. That's where it came from. Yeah. But then Gene Simmons said that he invented it from Kiss. And like they got into this 20-year long battle lawsuit, and like Dio died and never got like justice for it because Gene Simmons is a cheap piece of shit. Like wants the money for trademarking it.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah.
I could see them just like showing up at the Grammys together and they have to like be separated. Like every time they see each other, it's on site. They're just ready to go.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. With poor Dio was like a small. Dio was like 5'3". This little man his entire life who just like sang metal. Gene Simmons, you've seen the guy. He's a house.
He can beat the shit out of him with his tongue.
Yeah, and he wears the platform boots, and like that gives him about like 12 inches more on his height. And he just like walks around in that shit and sticks his tongue out and plays bass. Pretty badass. But yeah, God is dead. Is he? Who knows? Nobody knows.
No, we don't.
Talking to you atheists, think you know everything, assholes. Ricky Gervais, you're not that funny. Okay. All right, let's go to Shout Out the Heat. Segment number 5, which is a What's Good. So I had to listen to Yams by Garangatang. Ridiculous, stupid song. Stupid.
So
my God.
A little background. I found this group on Instagram. I don't know how, but I went to their page and they're self-described didgeridoo funk hip hop band.
And I remember you told me that, but I just didn't. I'm so used to these segments being like I'm learning about like the history of rap and trying to get into it and stuff. So I just like assume that this is like I saw the Funk Master George
Clinton.
What's his name?
George
Clinton.
Yeah, he was on the song.
Funkadelic, basically. Was he Funkadelic?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know a whole lot about him. I just know he has like the crazy colored dreads and stuff.
Yeah, and he's the man. He was in the movie PCU with Jeremy Piven and David Spade back in the 90s. Very little known movie, but he was great in it.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I was like, okay, it's Yams though. I'm like, so what are we gonna? We're just singing about potatoes here? Like, is that what's gonna be going? And that's what it was. It was all about yams.
It was
Yams. It turned out to be a fire song. It's a banger. It's a banger. Yeah. And you have to like I had to go like I guess it's on Apple Music. It's not on Spotify. I had to go watch it on YouTube, and the music video, as you can imagine, is a little fucking bizarre.
Ridiculous.
Basically about like the music video opens up like it's like this guy at a major drug deal, and he's like let me see the cash, and he like hands him all these $100 bills. They count it, and then this guy comes over with a suitcase, puts it down at the table, opens it up, and it's yams. Yams. And It's just all about how they like their yams. So let me see. They're the lyrics I wrote down. I'm scooping up this yam with a wheat thin through the skin because it's too hot to begin to eat it with my mouth and burn these taste buds out. Like that's kind of just where the song goes, just talking about yams, how they like them, what kind of ingredients they like. It was like turmeric, nutmeg, cinnamon, like naming ingredients for what they do to their yams. You can't have them too hot or else you burn your tongue. And then
one of my favorite parts is like when he's like, "Yeah, I could go for some sweet potatoes, but I really want some yams."
Yeah, that's a good one too. They're similar, but you know what? Like, give me the yams.
Give me the yam.
And then they do the didgeridoo thing where the guy's just like I'm gonna say something in a different language. You're like, well, let's do this next verse in didgeridoo or something like that. And I always forget that didgeridoo is an instrument. I always just forget what that word is, and then it's just that big fucking instrument, that horn.
It's like the thing from the Outback commercials, like like one of those things. But this guy, like, I never knew the didgeridoo could snap like that. You know, like the way he just like it's almost like beatboxing through a didgeridoo. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, like that's a hard instrument to play?
I don't know, but like I never heard it.
It looks very easy. I think you just blow and it kind of just does shit.
Like, how come no one's ever done that before? Like, I've never heard.
Because it's ridiculous. And how are you going to fit it? Like, my apartment could not house a didgeridoo.
The video, this guy's holding like a 10-foot long didgeridoo.
It's huge. Massive.
Like a tripod.
It's like the size of an airplane wing. Yeah. It's a big tusk, like, but it's like, 10 tusks.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it sounds kind of cool. I mean, like, imagine just having that and just like smoking some weed and sitting there and just like playing that. Like, you drive people nuts.
Imagine having that skill set where you could just like, I'm just gonna whip out my didgeridoo.
Well, you keep referring. Yeah, we've not established if that is a talent or not.
I think it is. I mean, because there aren't. I mean, I don't.
Talent in there is being able to afford one, because they look expensive, and being able to like have that here. But I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'll tell you what. We'll look up how much a didgeridoo is, and we'll like rock, paper, scissors, shoot who has to buy one, and we'll find out if it's a talent.
Yeah,
it looks like you just blow and it just goes.
I feel like there's more. I mean, like, I don't think it's like a flute where there's like notes and stuff, but I guarantee you it's not just like just blow and you're good.
I think it is.
All right. Well,
are you looking it up right now? Don't look it up.
I want to see the price. I'm just.
You want to see the price? Do you even know how to spell it? You probably do. You sound like you're very versed.
They're about like $30. They're not like the big ones, but yeah, there's about like $30 ones. I mean, there's more expensive ones, but
are the $30 ones huge?
Let's see. Oh, this one is half off right now on Amazon. Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
All right, let's both get them then, and we'll play didgeridoos on the podcast.
It is
$15.
45 inches tall. What's that? That's almost 4 feet.
Yeah. It's pretty big.
22 pounds. Jesus Christ.
All right, that's good enough right there. I don't know what to do with it. Like, I'll buy one. I will. Let's do that. Let's get didgeridoos.
All right, I'm buying a didgeridoo.
You're buying yours right now, live on the show.
I'm buying it right now on the show.
I'll do it after. I'll have some class. Okay. Get yourself a ghost pepper while you're on there, please.
I'll do that later.
Joke. Just do that later. I'll be 50 years old by the time we do that punishment challenge.
Why did I just buy a didgeridoo? God damn it.
All right. And we didn't even look up before you did that if it takes talent. So we might as well just not look it up and just like get it and just like blow into it and see what happens. Okay. All right. So good song. Liked it. Got me in the mood for some yams a little bit, even though like they don't look that good. I'm not a sweet potato guy. Never have been, never will be. No, I don't like sweet potatoes. Give me some regular potatoes. Give me some French fries. Sweet potatoes, I don't know what it is. The orange, the sweetness to it. I don't like the sweetness. I just like salt. I'm a salt guy. That's why my blood pressure sucks, and I plans to keeps it that way. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not my favorite. I'd rather have regular potatoes too, but I'm not gonna scoff. If you hand me a yam or a sweet potato, I'm not gonna tell you to fuck off.
Which fast food joint has the best French fries? Lay it to rest now.
Does Five Guys count?
Yes.
Okay, Five Guys.
The regular.
What is there's other ones?
Yeah, well, you can get the Cajun fries.
I don't think I've ever had the Cajun fries. I like the regular ones are spot on.
Yeah, right. Spot on. And they give
Yeah.
you so many. I'm gonna go with, McDonald's. It's just I think it's
Yeah.
still no.
McDonald's, like if I'm going straight fast food, like Five Guys is like fast casual, that whole like subset. But yeah, if I'm going straight fast food, I'm going McDonald's.
McDonald's.
McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King.
Yes, and everything except for chicken nuggets. That's a different story. Burger King's a disgrace of a fast food place.
Yeah, it's not. Like I'll eat it if it's there, but it's not my first choice.
Watch out for Burger King though in the future because I was snooping around the other day. This company called 3G, this Brazilian investment company, they buy up companies and then they try to, they take them private and then they try to rebuild them and then like they go public again. But I didn't know that they own Burger King, and Burger King is currently private right now after they used to be public like 5 years ago. So they might get some investment dollars in there and make the food a little bit fucking better. Reopen, rebrand.
Yeah.
The king losing his marbles all over my TV every single time. And it's just like, dude, you can make the price free. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. The king is the creepiest fucking mascot. And he just like shows people like,
yeah.
And they roll over, he's just sitting in the corner of the room. It's like, what are you doing? You don't belong there.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So let's finish up the show. Let's go to our sixth and new segment, the final segment. Mark Wahlberg. Bingeaholics Anonymous, which is an ode to Tone's Past podcast, which is just, you binge on TV shows. Here's the place to talk about what you've been through.
Yeah. Right? We've all been there. We've all just felt disgusted with ourselves for watching way too much, of a TV show, like consecutively. You all been there. You have a weekend where you don't have anything going on, and you just watch like 3 seasons of a show, and you're just like,
yeah. If I had started Thrones on like a Saturday, like I started it yesterday at like 5 on the dot, and I watched 5 episodes. Like if I had like a full day, your balls, I would have watched 2 seasons.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this is a place where there's no judgment. You come in, we could talk about it. We could talk about the shows. We could talk about, our feelings about how disgusting we are for watching so much of the show. Whatever you want to talk about. It's a judgment-free zone.
You can judge away. I'm just happy to be joining society here with Game of Thrones. I haven't watched enough for us to really fully go into it. I don't have that many questions. I pretty much asked you all the ones that I had yesterday. But I just would like to say going forward, I'm going to be shooting you so many predictions. I want you to just not even like answer them no matter what, because you'll come back and you'll just be like, not exactly. I'm like, don't do that. I know it's not fair of me to snap back because I'm giving you predictions, but I know you know the answers. I just want my predictions to go through into the ether. I want my thoughts to get out because I want to be right so bad.
You want them on the record.
I want them on the record.
Yeah.
I don't want like, you'd be surprised. Like no, I'll not be surprised because I'm right.
Real quick, do you have any predictions that you want to get on the record for everyone to hear right now?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I was, because obviously it's been so fucking like I have all the spoilers. I know about the Red Wedding. I know about the dragons. I know about all like the big shit.
Because you read some of the books, right?
I read the first book.
Okay.
But that in the grand scheme of shit, like, doesn't really matter right now at all. Like, because I know what like started to happen based on, like, if you were to tell me before the show started, like based on what I read, I would have told you I thought that Jon Snow would end up taking the throne one day. Just based on his character, his morale, the way that he carries himself, the fact that he wanted to go to the wall in the beginning, like just like the worst fucking shit job. Like that's just like the grit guy you want being on the throne. And the king in the beginning, he was a really good guy, even though he started to really turn into an asshole. Like I just Snow was really starting to look like the guy early and often. But early and often in this is like weird because things probably change so much. Mm-hmm. But watching it I'm trying to have like the most fresh perspective. But I know what I know. I was looking at some small quotes that maybe like kind of got overlooked because it was the first episode of Game of Thrones. People were like, this episode was okay compared to the rest of them. Forgot it. Yeah. Drago has a theory that kind of like, the white guy who's there, who's translating for Khaleesi.
Yeah. Mormon.
Mormon.
Yeah.
Mormon. We'll call him, let's call him, who's the guy who's running for president? Who's the Mormon? Why am I having a break?
I don't know.
Oh God.
Wasn't it Mitt Romney? Was it Mitt Romney?
Mitt Romney.
Yeah.
Oh, Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney basically said, like, because this is just after you, like, the White Walkers are obviously the first scene of the entire series.
Mm-hmm.
He believes that the White Walkers, in a nutshell, are going to take over, and that'll be the end. They'll kill the crops. Like, there will be no more eating because they'll freeze everything. Because, like, that means they got by the wall, and the winter gets just, I don't know, everybody gets through, and it's terrible.
Yeah,
and they are.
I didn't even notice that. I just rewatched it a couple weeks ago. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, Drago is like it's like a really small thing where it's just like she says something and he's just like, that's how he believes the world will end, like the White Walkers. Like, it's like a simple little thing like that, and then like it will get buried and nobody will remember it.
Yeah,
but like that's the first scene of everything is the White Walkers just like running 1,000 miles an hour, dominating. You know, and people are just like, I said that, and of course I'm getting answers back that I don't want. They're just like, well, you know, things happen where it kind of implicates that like they're not going to be as powerful as you thought they could be handled. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to hear that. First of all, and second of all, like I saw what I saw in those woods in the opening scene. I saw what I saw.
Well, like the guy who ran away, he's like, I saw what I saw. I know what's coming. Like, I'm not dealing with that. I'd rather lose my head. I'd rather lose my head.
And that guy was a noble guy. That was the other thing. When Ned was talking to the guy on the wall, his brother, he was just like, no, he was actually a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, like, make that up. Like, yep. And the way they talk about the walkers, like it's been over 1,000 years. It's just like, yeah, well, like we're on this wall for a fucking reason. Yeah. And like you got guys like Fat Sam, who's like, I love him to death. He's the nicest guy, cute as a button. You know, he's like Neville from Harry Potter. Yeah. You can't have guys like that on the wall, man.
No.
Liability city right there. But I'm all on the White Walkers, and like I said, I know way too much that I like just from spoilers on TV and in Twitter. What I read really doesn't even matter at this point. It was so long ago, I barely remember it. I remember I remember Tyrion being like a savage midget in battle, chopping legs off like with his sword, doing like, you know, he could spin the 360s and cut your legs off and kill horses and just take the low ground. Like, that's cool. You know, I know he's a savage and he's like a nobleman and he's the coolest guy probably in the entire show. But, you know, there's a certain vibe I look for when it comes to getting thrown already. And it's got to be the shit that Jon Snow has, right? The shit that Snow has. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I think it would be really cool. Just 5 episodes deep of this whole journey. I'm looking for the White Walkers to come through and murder everybody, and it's over. Nobody wins. The whole world ends.
Well, you have some time to wait. It's not coming this season. It's not coming next season. That was like a running joke for years. Was because they kept saying winter's coming, and it's like 6 seasons, 7 seasons later. You're like, what the fuck is winter? You know.
Yeah. Well, spoiler. You know, I didn't know when winter was coming.
I didn't tell you when it was coming. I said,
no, but I mean, like, it's gotten like, in all honesty, because I've been putting this off forever. But I've been saying on the podcast, I hate sitting down watching TV shows. Like, it's just so hard for me to like do that. I don't know why. It's just such a commitment. I cannot wait for this podcast to be over to watch Game of Thrones tonight.
It's like a 70-hour movie.
Yeah, time doesn't even matter. Yeah. Like once you press play, I'm just like in. Like I barely even blink. It's incredible. The only time I like move is to go piss or like smoke some more out of my pipe or grab a beer. But it's I'm excited, and it's gonna be a wild ride. I'll be all caught up for, you know, we'll be able to do like, you know, day after Game of Thrones previews for the last season. Yeah, so that's my commitment to everybody. But off of Thrones, True Detective just started. Let's recap. We didn't really binge on that, but it's the beginning of the season. Everybody watched it. It's the redemption tour, because season 1 was probably, other than Game of Thrones, obviously, or Breaking Bad, maybe even it was in the Breaking Bad category. Season 1 True Detective was the greatest television I think I've ever seen.
For a single season, it's one of, you know, I don't think it's as good as some of the Game of Thrones seasons, but it's up there for me, at least top 5 single greatest season of a single show.
I got it like top 3, like single greatest seasons.
Yeah, it's probably up there with, you know, 1 or 2 of the Game of Thrones ones, and then the last season of Breaking Bad.
Last season of Breaking Bad is probably 3. 2 is probably True Detective season 1, and then number 1 right now, I guess I'm just reserving it for Thrones. I don't know.
You're just holding the spot.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what was number 1. Number 1 is probably season 6 of 24, which I think we were talking about. You're going to start watching.
I think that's gonna be next up. Once you finish Thrones, maybe I'll hop on 24.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so and it's always like something I've meant to watch. I've never gotten around to it.
I think you'd like, yeah. I mean, it's no Thrones. I don't want you to get. I mean, like, it's very good. It's just cool behind the scenes secret agent stuff with terrorism, and like the White House is heavily involved out there, like torturing people, and the president finds out. They're just like, what is he doing? What is he doing? He's got the answers, doesn't he?
Isn't the president the Allstate guy?
No. Well, there's a bunch of presidents.
Oh, okay.
I actually can't remember if he was a president or not. He was his partner in crime for years.
Okay.
I think he was never president. What?
So I knew he was in it. I thought for some reason I thought he was.
No, he was his partner in crime. Been a while though. Oh. I haven't watched 24 in so long. The early seasons, especially, I barely remember. But like seasons 5 through 7 were like my jam. But we'll discuss that down the road. But True Detective, season 3, Redemption Tour, starts off basically there's a murder. Okay, the children, they're gone. And is this the actor from Moonlight? This guy that. Yeah. Okay, so he's
been everywhere the last like 2 or 3 years. He's been all over the place. He was in Hidden Figures. I don't know if you saw Hidden Figures. He was in that. He was in Luke Cage. I mean, he was.
I haven't seen any of his movies. That's the thing, yeah. Because like all I see is all this hype around this guy. I don't recognize him at all, and he is an actor.
Yeah, no, he's been everywhere. Like he's really blown up. Like since I don't know if Moonlight was the one that brought him out, but there was a couple years ago he really just kind of took off. He was in House of Cards too. He was in that a while before he kind of blew up. But yeah, he's been all over. But yeah, so I mean, like you said, the 2 kids, they go out, ride their bike, and they just never come back. Mahershala Ali is his name. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I always pronounce it a different way. I was call him Marsh. Call him Marsh. He's one of the cops, and the thing that really kind of caught my interest with this is the fact that it's not just like, following it, from beginning to end.
No, yeah, it's like season 1 where like it flashes forward to like deposition 10 years later.
Yeah,
when the case reopens, and then it also flashes to like 30 years after the deposition to him as an old man.
Right,
like getting on TV about it and stuff, and like having trouble talking about the whole case. So shit is so fucked up in the case.
Yeah,
just like
30 years later. Yeah, it's And it's crazy because he has like dementia or like Alzheimer's. I don't know if they've exactly said what it is, but he has like memory problems. So it's like, is he even remembering these things right? Like, who knows? Like maybe there's a twist down the line where he's remembering things wrong. He actually remembers how it is. Like, I don't know. It's just an interesting element to kind of add that third dimension with just like the Alzheimer's and
and it's you could tell that they're like. This is season 1 because like Matthew McConaughey season 1 had the brain trauma problems too, where like he would space out and he would like kind of space off a little bit. But like you could Woody Harrelson and McConaughey are executive producers on this one.
Okay.
Open the credits, I noticed, and shout out the Heat, and they're probably hands on like big time. Like all right, like we need to fix it because the second season was so terrible. Even though I personally enjoyed the season 2. Like not that much, but I enjoyed it like a little bit more than most people. People hate it. I was like, I thought it was all right.
I didn't even finish it. I couldn't get through like the 3rd or 4th episode. I was just like, all right.
And that's a problem. Like based on the first season, like it can't be that way. This one is. Would you say it's must-watch television?
After the first 2 episodes, I'd say yeah.
I gotta find out. I gotta find out.
Yeah, I gotta. It's because wasn't the second season in like LA or something?
Yeah. So it was like Hollywood. Like I'm trying to think of like what the whole thing was. It was like Hollywood. Like I forget what Vince Vaughn exactly was doing. If he's like a drug lord or something like that. I saw it one time through, and I haven't gone back since. I don't remember. Like a True Detective 1, I've seen 3 times.
No, this one it kind of it goes back to the roots of season 1 where. Again, kind of the bouncing back and forth between time, but also in the location. Because the first one was in Louisiana, this one's in Arkansas. It's like backwoods, rednecks, like kind of
80s.
Yeah, 80s. It's like that. The kind of the vibe of and just like the kind of general creepiness, like the thing with the dolls, they bring the dolls in, like when they find the body, they find these weird like dolls made out of like corn husk.
Yeah,
creepy looking
voodoo stuff.
dolls. Yeah, guys, like voodoo stuff. So it's just like kind of adds that almost like a paranormal kind of element to it.
Yeah.
It feels like that. You know, maybe it might not actually be paranormal, but it's like that kind of creepy voodoo
Yeah,
vibe.
like the first one was like literally like they're hunting down like a Satan worshiper murderer.
Right, like a cult.
Terrifying. The second season was so bad, I can't even remember what they're investigating.
Yeah.
It's how bad I've seen it all the way through. Like I can't even remember exactly what was going on. So this one will be good.
You know what the problem with the second season was I don't know if we talked about this on here, but the first season, you know, the guy Nicholas Pizzolatto, the guy that wrote the show.
Yeah,
it took him like 6-7 years to write that first season. Like that was his life's work.
Yeah,
you know, and then like
didn't know that.
It was such a huge success, and like, all right, season 2, a year later, like he didn't have time to write to really like, you know, and because when that came out 2 or 3 years ago, right? Season 2.
Yeah.
So you can tell he spent some time on this. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I think as of now, it hasn't been. I mean, it's been really good so far, but it hasn't been like, oh, this is must watch. But I think just because of what he's done in the past with season 1 and where it is going, I think it is must watch.
The only reason I consider it must watch is because like I just have to know what's like who is doing it. Like they said it, they framed it perfectly. The second season was way too much in the beginning, like character development. You know, like they made Riggs from Friday Night Lights gay. Like that was like a whole like huge subplot. You had fucking Rachel McAdams and her like problems. You had Colin Farrell and he was like the alcoholic cop and his kids. There was never any time for like the actual them getting together and solving the case. It was just all individual plot lines of their fucked up lives, like them being bad cops.
Yeah,
like none of it really it didn't fold it well. I don't know. And Vince Vaughn could have killed it, but he sucked at it and it blew. He wasn't good at that role until like the last two episodes.
Yeah. And see, you know, in this one, it seems like they're only kind of delving into Marsh's, backstory. Like the other partner, you don't really hear a lot about. Like you see him in the.
He's a great partner, though. I love the partner.
Yeah. Yeah, he's good, but they don't really go like, you know, because even in the first season they went into McConaughey and Woody Harrelson's kind of story and life backstory kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this they're kind of focusing on him, and honestly, he's such a good actor. I think he's going to be able to carry it by himself.
Yeah, because he's so quiet. He doesn't say much, but you know so much about him without him, even saying that much. Like, you know, they were both in Nam. It's just about 80. They're touching up about how bad the veterans have been treated since they got back from Vietnam. That's a huge sub. I always find that fascinating.
Yeah.
So many people who came back from Nam, like that's like the homeless population, like today still.
Yeah.
The real old guys, like they just came back and just like were fucked.
Yeah.
Like how messed up is that, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
like how hard you have to like get back into society for going to fucking Vietnam.
I know.
You got drafted. You couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, it wasn't like, hey, let's go kill some people. It's like, no, like I didn't have a choice.
No, it's I have to go. And then you come back and you got spit on your face and you couldn't get any job and you had PTSD up to the roof.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't know. I like that too being put into the show, but
yeah. Thankfully now we treat our veterans much better. A lot more.
Yeah, could be better. Could be better.
Could be better, but it's definitely better than it was.
Yes, 100%.
But
amen.
Yeah, I'm excited about this season. We'll see where it goes. I'm excited.
Cool. And I'm excited for Thrones.
Yes.
I'm excited for 2019. Bruce Arians, Game of Thrones, True Detective. Game of Thrones debuts. The season finale or premiere of the last season is Sunday night after the Masters wraps up, which is, of course, my favorite week of all time. So that's what was. It was like I was like, all right, I have to watch it. I have to have that day because I always take off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the Monday after. So I'm like, I just talk about cherry on top of a cake to like be caught up on Thrones right after the Masters is finished. You're just like, it ain't over yet, buddy. It's just getting started. We got Thrones tonight. Like, let's rock. But anyway, post-show thoughts, anything?
No, let's get some food. I'm hungry.
Let's get some food. Let's rock. Bomb Squad, have a hell of a week. We will talk to you hopefully sooner than next Monday. But if not, we'll figure it out Thursday or something like that. All right. Take it easy, Bomb Squad.